Good morning, friends. I hope everyone's had a great week so far, despite all the rain that's been going on. I was going to read for you one of my kids' favorite books called Curious George Goes Fishing. This is Curious George. He is a little good monkey and always very curious. One day George was playing with the string when he saw something funny. He saw a long string on a long stick being carried by a big man. What could the man be doing with a string on a stick? George was curious. The man was on his way to the lake, and soon George was on his way to the lake too. George watched the man put a hook on the end of the string and a piece of food on the hook. Then the man lowered the string into the water and waited. When the man pulled the string out of the water, there was a big fish on the hook. What fun it must be to be that fish. George wanted a fish too. He had a string. All he needed was a stick, and he knew just where to get one. George ran home as fast as he could. A mop would make a good stick. George tied the string to the mop, and now he was all set to fish. Or was he? Not yet. George had to have a hook, and on the hook, something that the fish would eat. George would like cake. George knew where to find some, but where could he get a hook? Why, there was a hook on the wall. It would just have to come out. With the hook on the string and the string on the stick and the cake in the box in his hand, George went back out to the lake. He put some cake on the hook and lowered the string into the water. Now he had to wait. Would he catch anything at the end of the string? George was curious. The fish were curious too. All kinds of fish came to look at the string. The big fish, little fish, red fish, yellow fish, blue fish. One of them was near the hook. The cake was just what he wanted. George waited. The string shook. But then George pulled the string up. There was no fish on the hook, and there was no cake on the hook either. The fish just took the cake and ran and swam away. Well, if George could not get the fish would not get the cake. George would eat it. The cake was just what he wanted too. He would find another way to fish. George looked into the water. The big red fish with the long tail was so near that he could reach it. He could catch the fish without the string. George got down as low as he could and put his hand out. Splash! Into the lake he went. The water was cold and wet. George was cold and wet too. This was no fun at all. When George got out of the water, his friend Bill was there with his kite. "My, you are wet," said Bill. "I saw you fall in, so I came in to help you get out. Too bad you did not get a fish, but it was good the fish didn't get you. Maybe now you can help me fly my kite." George was happy to help. It was windy day, and soon George was dry and the kite was flying high. He watched it go up, up, and up. What fun it was to fly a kite. It would have been fun to catch a fish on the end of the string, thought George, but flying a kite on the end of the string was even better. The end. Now, if you want, I want you to try and tell me times that you went fishing with your family. And if you have, I would love to hear those stories. Well, until next time, bye.